have a problem. It's encrypted.
Can't you open it?
The way you security standards are simple but strict. I need his access codes, and as a company executive, the director has an obligation to carry them with him no matter what. But I don't read Gallagher's PDT anywhere near us.
Then I guess the trail went cold. Lucky for us, we have more objectives to complete anyway. Stay sharp, squad.
So, hostile critters, a wiped out colony? Hunslet being Hunslet? How'd you find your first day in the Corps?
I don't know. It's a lot to take in.
If it helps, you're doing okay.
Thank you. I'm glad it's over. My nerves are shot.
Oh, it ain't never over. But for now, we got some time.
Good. Gives me a chance to work on the comms. If only we could hear from Director Price and Pharaoh's Spire. We could use her help.
Dr. Becker's been trying the whole time we were deployed. It turns out most long-range transmitters are down. If someone's home at Pharaoh's, they probably can't pick up. Do you think those things can be there too?
Judging by what happened on Pioneer, it's clear that they're spreading extremely fast.
Then you'd better get familiar with the Otago right now. We can't give those creatures the benefit of time.
Deputy Administrator Hayes?
Ah, Administrator. I wanted to... Oh. Going that badly, is it?
I'll get back to you on that. Can I do something for you?
Actually, yes. I was hoping you might persuade Sergeant Harper to retrieve some samples of the creatures. One can never have too much information about one's enemies.
I didn't know you worked in corporate espionage, Doctor.
Very droll. On the other hand, I do find that science and skullduggery have a surprising overlap. Both require focus and a keen eye for detail. One supposes.
True enough. And you're right. We need more information on these things. I'll talk to the sergeant.
Have a nice day, Administrator.
Chief Engineer Corrigan, isn't it? We met before.
Oh, it's you. Sorry about that,
You had your hands full. Things look better now.
They are. Came together faster than I thought. Ain't pretty, but we're functional and I hope stable. Harper told me we got splashed after some kind of failure in the planetary quarantine protocols. Something called Cerberus?
That's what's going around. Certainly.
More corporate corner cutting. What a fucking mess. Anyway, I should be able to produce equipment for our Marines now.
Anything I can do to help?
Well, I don't think this ship will ever be space-worthy again. But that doesn't mean we have to abandon her. It could be shelter, you know? For these people. For us. The only problem is dear Otago took a beating. I got holes to patch, cables to reconnect. Our cryo chambers, our shield, they're history. In short, we're missing materials. Spare parts to turn into upgrades for both our guys and the ship.
Look, no promises. But we could ask the Marines to check for materials in Dead Hill storehouses during their next visit.
It all helps. Bye now.
Administrator Hayes, what brings you to my corner of the Otago?
Sergeant Harper says I should take a look around. He's probably trying to keep me busy.
Yeah, the devil loves idle hands. I can't give you a tour. We're still digging through the wreckage.
How does it look?
Well, we've more portable weapons than we've got Marines to carry them. So if you find anyone out there with training, you point them in my direction. As for the ordnance, it's pretty much scragged.
What about the emergency escape vehicles?
That satellite relay idea of yours, huh? Yeah, Harper told me. If we can get the fuel linkages repaired, we might salvage one EEV. But I'd be damned before I let you play with the only life pod we have left.
And how useful is a single life pod on a crashed ship exactly?
Yeah, you're pretty convincing. I'll give you that. All right, take it. But keep me updated. You can count on them, ma'am.
Back from your tour? How'd it go?
Pretty good, I think. Dr. Becker requested some samples of the creatures for study. And Chief Corrigan is in need of components to turn this ship into a proper base.
I thought you were all about getting your message out.
There's nothing to say we can't do the one so long as it doesn't endanger the other. Is there?
True enough. All right. Let's go back to Dead Hills. I have a feeling we missed something there.
The same feeling you have when these creatures come around, Sergeant?
This is hardly the moment, Deputy Administrator.
Listen, Sergeant Harper. Your abilities, they could be tied to this outbreak. If there are more like you out there, it could help. People should know. They have the right to know.
You mind your own business, Hayes, and I'll take care of mine. You have a relay to find and I have men to lead. We both have a part to play. This conversation's over.
Oh, wait, I got something.
Looks like some of these colonists have a sideline in smuggling. This guy's working at the power complex. Check this place out, Marines. I'm marking the location.
You did good today, Administrator.
Not good enough. We need to broadcast, or more colonies will end up like dead hills.
Ease down. We have no proof of that. What we have is a lead. That container transited from Berkeley's dock. That's Lethe's main spaceport. Someone's dispatched those crates on purpose. What kind of psycho would do that?
Sergeant, we've seen those things in action. You know we don't have time to chase boxes.
Oh, but we have time to build our own private satellite?
Listen, Martinez reckons the surviving EEV can be repaired. We rig it with boosters and a comms repeater, maintain it in low orbit, push a message to a working relay, and we can—
Did you listen to what I just said? Somebody used that container so the Dead Hills could live up to its name. What if there's more of those crates around, huh? As this Director Price of yours still isn't taking any calls, we're the only one trying to find where they came from. If we don't, more folk are gonna die.
And even more if no one ever hears about what happened on this damn planet. If you really want to save everyone, Sergeant Harper, I suggest you start thinking beyond Lethe.
I was born here, Hayes. These are my people. I won't leave them to die.
I didn't know. I'm sorry, Sergeant. Listen, you're right. Berkeley's a big spaceport. We'll probably find both people and quality spare parts there. I say we catch them both.
Roger that. But in the meantime, can you check in with Becker? He's been pestering me like you wouldn't believe.
Deputy Administrator Hayes?
Dr. Becker, you wanted to see me?
Indeed, I did. That specimen you've recovered offered outstanding research possibilities. Have you had the chance to review my initial report on the xenosamples?
I've barely slept.
Oh, yes. Of course. Well, suffice to say, they're absolutely fascinating. I feel my muse gathering herself to action. All manner of breakthroughs tantalize just beyond my fingertips. Long-term benefits aside, I've already had some ideas about how to improve our gallant Marines' equipment. But I need more samples.
These creatures are dangerous, Doctor.
Not when they're dead. And if we took one alive? Well, nothing's impossible. This lab has a containment cell built for such encounters. Perhaps we could use it.
A live specimen? On board? Absolutely not.
I'm simply trying to make myself useful.
Listen, Doctor, I get it. But the Marines will stick with samples, and so should you. We can't have one of those things getting loose on here.
All right, Administrator Hayes has a plan. Building a satellite so we can have a voice beyond those damn platforms. The problem? We don't have the tech to do the job. But we caught a break. Remember that container we recovered in Dead Hills? Turns out it came by train from Berkeley's docks. This is a spaceport, and a big one. We might be able to find what Hayes is looking for there. So let's kill two birds with one stone, shall we? Don't go thinking this is a milk run. There could be more of these creatures out there. Engage where necessary, and assist all civilians. Let's get to it.
All right, Marines, you know the drill. Sweep and secure.
Remember, we're after a comms repeater, but we also need more information about the container we saw in Dead Hills. Both could be found around here, but These ports aren't exactly known for their record keeping.
That's right. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Full search of the area. Stay sharp, squad. Well, that's a good start. Find a way to open that door, Marines, or the ARC will stay out.
Bring it on, you bastards!
Tell them to disperse now. First and final warning.
Yeah!
Shit! Open fire!
Stay back! You come any closer, we kill him. We will. Drop your weapons, now!
They've taken hostages. Can you help them?
We're on it, Hayes. But a frontal assault's out of the question. They've locked the door and there's no access terminal on this side. If we're doing this, we'll have to find another path. Can you help?
I'll see what I can do.
What's that noise? Move away, guys!
What the hell's going on down there, Sarge?
Our little dockers are playing with explosives.
Aw, they grow up so fast.
We're gonna need another way through.
Marlowe was right?
Who the hell is Marlowe?
Doesn't ring a bell. That container, on the other hand.
Let me guess. Enough eggs for one big omelet.
Shut up, Hunslet.
Dead Hills was no isolated incident. This is a pattern. We need to get our hands on that comms repeater, Sergeant. More than ever. People need to know what's happening on this planet.
You're right. Proceed to Hangar C.
What the hell have we stumbled into? Ravenous bugs, some kind of crazy cult? This is above my pay grade.
Mine too, for what it's worth.
Too bad they didn't pay you enough. With you in charge of that station, I'm sure those damn platforms wouldn't have fired.
About that, Sergeant Harper. Cerberus didn't start because of a systems failure. I set it in motion. I had to ensure containment. You've seen what those creatures can do. If only one of them escaped, we would have all—
So you trapped every soul on this planet with this creature? In the blink of an eye? Well, congratulations, Hayes. When it comes to badass, you're state-of-the-art. Now get off my bridge.
Sergeant, I can help.
Good. We've got some new facilities online. You're an administrator. You never know. There might be something for you to administrate.
Sure. I'm on it.
Ah, Administrator. Are you here to return my EEV?
Sorry to disappoint you, Sergeant Martinez, but I need it. We need it, in fact. But I heard the training center was up and running, and I wanted to see for myself.
That it is. Time to make them into real Marines.
Good, because we're up against it. These creatures are faster than us, stronger than us, and they're smart. If we're to survive, we need everyone in peak condition.
Don't you worry now. Was there anything else?
Well, just one thing. Sergeant Harper, does he seem all right to you?
Look, I know soldiers talk, but he is in command. End of story, you hear?
That's not what I... Forget it.
Sure.
Okay. Ah, Administrator Hayes. It's nice to finally meet you. I'm Dr. Kabiri, clinical psychologist. And Dr. Bogart's assistant when I have nothing better to do.
Oh. I can't imagine something more important than what's happening in the medbay.
Never underestimate combat fatigue. That's the first thing they told us. These Marines are under a great deal of stress. If we don't help them process it, things will turn nasty real fast.
You're right. I should have considered that. Well, let me know if you need anything.
For now, the only thing I need is to know everybody's all right. So, how are you doing, Administrator Hayes?
You're very kind. I'm maintaining. Don't worry about me.
Out there.
Deputy Administrator Hayes to the bridge.
Here's that word again.
Got a minute, Hayes?
I do. Although I should probably finish turning our EEV into a proper satellite.
And you'll keep working on that, but right now we've got intel on those containers we found. And I intend to follow that lead. Maybe even track down this Marlowe we keep hearing about while we're at it.
Sergeant Harper, thanks to the parts you provided, we have a chance to inform people of what's happening here. Assuming we don't strip the payload, we just need to scrounge up some fuel boosters. I've already identified the limits of low orbit, and if we
Listen, except for the trouble they cause, my men found out these containers had only one thing in common. They were dispatched from a dig site named Olduvai. We go there, we might have a chance to stop this infestation once and for all.
That's not what we agreed. I need help on the EEV.
We didn't agree on anything. You made a decision and I went along with it. This is my ship, these are my Marines, and we've got folk in harm's way. You don't like my priorities? You can keep playing with your toy and leave us to it. But this is happening.